Hold up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy298 here, and welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today from my channel. Today we are back with my F1 2016 Career Mode Season 4 Part 18 here for the USA Grand Prix. Hope you guys are all having an awesome day. If you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to click that like button. It'd be absolutely awesome if you do. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed to keep up to date with all my content. And if you have subscribed to my channel, don't forget to click that bell button so you get notifications of an exact time when I do upload a video. But anyway, into today's video, we actually do make an upgrade for the chassis weight. Now, it says that we did it twice there for some reason. It duplicated the thing, but we only made one upgrade to the chassis weight, not two like that thing said. But we've now got some competitive update. Mercedes-Benz have made some upgrades to their cars. They've made two upgrades, and Red Bull have also made an upgrade. So it seems the top three making some upgrades towards the end of the season here in the USA Grand Prix. Now, this is a very crucial race for us because you can see the points difference there. We are very, very far ahead in the points standings, and we can actually clinch the driver's standings today if we can get a strong result. But I think it's kind of inevitable, really. I think we need to DNF or something, and Hamilton has to win. So we're pretty much thereabouts. But anyway, a couple of things to talk about then. So first of all, the poll. I'm actually now going to be releasing a poll in order for what you want me to do for my F1 2016 career mode heading into Season 5. The poll will be there. You guys can decide. I believe what the poll is going to be is it's going to be every single team that I have not been with in career mode. Also, you've got the option where I can stay with Ferrari, accept the contract to stay at Ferrari, obviously, get myself fired, so spend a season just getting constantly fired, starting a brand new season with a rubbish team, with all of these cars, with full upgrades, because you guys seem to constantly be asking about having a bigger challenge. So I thought, is this a challenge, having me at the back of the grid with all the cars fully upgraded? Let me know what you think about it. I'll leave the poll there. That's for you guys to decide, and we'll see how we go with that. Finally then, is going to be the subscriber championship. Just one thing I wanted to talk about that. And first of all, thanks for the epic response on the draft video. It was absolutely awesome to see that. And there was one or two people that were really pissed off with their teams, and that's fine. I mean, you know, everyone can be annoyed with their teams they wanted. If you want to put it out there, I got drafted with Force India. I wanted to go to Mercedes. I know Reese also got drafted with Force India with me, but he wanted Red Bull. So, like, we didn't get the teams we wanted. I'm pretty sure, I know quite a few people were happy with their teams, but I just want to put this out there. First of all, there was absolutely no scripting whatsoever between me and Reese in the draft. When the draft was taking place, I was constantly spinning the draft, letting the team be chosen, and then picking two drivers from the draft. Now, as soon as two people were randomly selected, I then removed all the people and then removed them. Eventually, it came down to Dan44HD, Verstappen Lover, me, and Reese. The Williams team was selected, and Dan and Verstappen were chosen. So the only team left in the draft was Force India. The only two drivers left in the actual draft was me and Reese. Therefore, we had to go there. And for those that are pissed off that they may have got a bad team or something like that, please, I think I said it about 11 or 12 times in the video. Equal cars. All the cars are set to equal. There is no one. If you're in a Mercedes, you're not going to dominate the whole season. If you're in a Sauber or you're in a Manor, you're not going to lose every single race. It's on equal. So just bear that in mind, okay? The purpose of me doing a championship like this is not because of what team you're racing for or whatever it is. It's the purpose of I don't have enough spare time to do races with people, with you subscribers, so I've literally gone out of my way to start up a subscriber championship for you. I didn't have to do it if I didn't want to, but I know so many people wanted to race with me that I thought the good thing would be to do a subscriber championship. But you know, some people obviously don't seem to get the message. But just, yeah, it's there. It's a championship. I'm making it, and just to reiterate that, there was no scripting. And yeah, that's kind of it. But anyway, let's get into the qualifying session. Enough about ranting now, because that's just, it's not my style. I don't like doing it. Into Q1 and Q2, we had a dry qualifying session matching Sebastian Vettel. In Q3, though, the rain decided to fall and decided to put a little bit of a spice to things. But that actually made me a lot stronger. And I actually went and absolutely melted Sebastian Vettel's lap time and went flying towards pole position for the USA Grand Prix. Definitely a very close qualifying between me and Sebastian in the dry. In the wet, though, I just flew off into the distance because the AIs are rubbish in the wet, and we all know that. So, yeah, we had a very strong practice and also a very strong qualifying session as well. So we're definitely looking forward towards the Grand Prix for the here in the United States even. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this Grand Prix. Of course, we can win the Drivers' Championship, which I'm excited about. Hopefully we can do it, but that is going to be it for practice and also for qualifying. Yeah, but like I said, I felt comfortable in the car this weekend. It felt good. The handling was a lot better than Japan, and the car definitely felt a lot more planted to the floor than in Japan. So we're definitely looking strong. I do love this track a lot. So hopefully we can try and replicate that in the Grand Prix. But we're going to listen to the session objectives now set by Emma, and then we're going to get into the main event, which of course is the race for the USA Grand Prix.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. It's Ferrari in pole position then, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Hamilton, Max Verstappen and Rosberg, Perez, Alonso, Bottas and Felipe Massa, Button, Hülkenberg, Carlos Sainz and Palmer, Kvyat, Haryanto, Romain Grosjean and Felipe Nasser, Gutierrez and Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein and Kevin Magnussen rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Alright then guys, as you can see, we are now on the grids here for the USA Grand Prix, and we're going to be starting on the super soft tyres and then doing another stop onto the soft tyres and then making a second stop onto the soft tyres. So we're going to go with super soft, soft for this Grand Prix, and as you can see, I'm just adjusting the fuel load as I tend to run with a lot lower fuel at the start of the Grand Prix, especially on 50% races, because it does make you a lot faster in the first stint. So as you can see then, we have got the light that is about to go green here for us to start our formation lap with myself and pole with Vettel, followed by Ricciardo in third. I didn't notice the qualifying grid. You would have seen the whole grid anyway from the cutscene, but I can't remember, even though I raced this morning. But as you can see then, we are going onto the grid now. We've got 3, 4, now 5 red lights for this USA Grand Prix, and it is lights out. Here we go for the USA Grand Prix. It's a good start from us. It's a good start from Vettel, actually. Hamilton's got a bad start off of his grid spot. Ricciardo with a good start. Rosberg also with a good start, trying to challenge towards Hamilton. Vettel trying to take that inside line into the turn 1 we go. We do fend off from Vettel, but Vettel's still there, just creeping his front nose in there, but we do stay in front of Sebastian Vettel, and through the S section that we go now, we're going to be in front of Vettel for the time being. Ricciardo very close to Vettel in third there. Hamilton is in fourth. Rosberg down into 5th place, I believe. So Rosberg didn't manage to capitalise on Hamilton's bad start there, but myself leads the way from Vettel, from Ricciardo, from Hamilton, from Rosberg. So a very, very close start, but this time Vettel has got a better start, which means that he's going to not spend the time fighting his way through the field, and he's actually going to spend some time battling with me at the front, which is exactly what we want in this championship. Breaking down into this difficult left-hander, into the hairpin really, and now we're going to be making the long drag down the back straight here. You can already see, look at the amount of traction that I've got off that corner. I'm going to go off the racing line a little bit to stop Vettel from trying to get any sort of manoeuvres, but the traction I got off that hairpin was superb, and we managed to stay in front of Vettel, who's going to have to fend off from Ricciardo for a little bit longer. Moving on to lap 6 of the Grand Prix now, we're going to be making our pit stop to go onto the set of the soft tyres. Sebastian Vettel actually came in a lap earlier than myself here, as we run very, very wide on the entrance into the pit lane. Vettel came in a lap earlier than myself, so he actually was about 6/10 behind me the whole way. So he's actually in a very strong position to do the undercut, which is something that I was very wary of. I thought Vettel would come in a lap later than me. Turns out I actually came in earlier and went for the undercut. So pretty interesting stuff from Vettel. So we're going to have to see how it works for him. As you can see that we have a nice pit stop there from Ferrari, doing us very, very well. And now we're going to be coming out of the pits, and hopefully we can stay in front of Vettel, but I'm not quite sure where he is. Was that there he is. That's Vettel there on the left of your screen. So Vettel has done the undercut on me. So Vettel has done a good undercut there, and that means that we are now behind Sebastian, and we're going to have to work hard to get back in front of him. But as you can see in the top left, Vettel's on another set of super soft tyres. So Vettel's doing a different strategy to myself, which is quite interesting actually. So Vettel on the super softs, I'm on the softs, which means Sebastian is going to be lightning quick in this Grand Prix. Moving on to lap 11 of the Grand Prix, the virtual safety car has been deployed. I'm not 100% sure why it's been deployed, but obviously someone's spun on circuit after trying to make a move on somebody. But the virtual safety car has been deployed, and that's going to slow things down. And as you can see, we're now speeding up here. The virtual safety car is ending, and we do actually manage to close the gap quite considerably to Sebastian Vettel, thanks to the virtual safety car ending, and that means that I can obviously push a little bit harder. And Max Verstappen is actually out of the USA Grand Prix, so a big blow for Red Bull in this career mode. But as you can see, Verstappen then, just as the virtual safety car resumes, his engine decides to explode as soon as that safety car comes in. So unfortunate for Max Verstappen here in this career mode. But moving on then to lap 17 of the Grand Prix, we are going to be making our next pit stop to go onto a set of the soft tyres. Now Vettel actually pitted again to go onto another set of super soft tyres, So Vettel's doing everyone's doing different strategies right now. It's really confusing, and it's all going to pan out at the end of the race, I'm hoping, anyway. So Vettel's going to go on through. That's Vettel in the last corner, so he's going to shoot on through. He's on super soft tyres. So let me just inform you on the strategy. So Vettel, Hamilton, and Rosberg all started on super soft tyres. They made a pit stop for super soft tyres. Then they made another pit stop for super soft tyres. And now they're going to be making a pit for the soft tyres. So they're going on a lot more aggressive strategy than I am. And then they're going to try and hope that it works out. And it has worked out for the championship contender, Lewis Hamilton, because Hamilton was doing the same strategy. Now I'm on the same tyre compound as Hamilton. We're both going to the end of the race, and Hamilton is in front of myself. So it's actually worked out very nicely for the Mercedes drivers. They have managed to make this strategy work. Now I've got to close up on him. So I put the car into rich fuel mixture, and I'm now going to go straight after the back of Lewis Hamilton. Vettel is after Rosberg. So the two Ferraris are after the two Mercedes in this Grand Prix. You can see they were absolutely flying now with some DRS here. We're not quite close enough to make a move, but of course I am the dive bomb king. So right down the inside we go of Lewis Hamilton, keeping the car all intact there. A super move there. But turn 1 is so big around the American Grand Prix. It's massive. So I just went for it and it worked perfectly. So on lap 20 of the Grand Prix, we're now back in the lead of the US Grand Prix. But Hamilton surely is not going to leave this without a bit of a fight. On to lap 23 of the Grand Prix now. We've got a little bit of a situation for myself. We've got myself leading this Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton is in second and Vettel is in third. Rosberg's been ditched, unfortunately. Rosberg's slow and rubbish. However, Hamilton and Vettel are very, very close to me, and we're about to go into a little bit of a tense finish into this Grand Prix. So as you can see, I pulled straight away from the slipstream of the two drivers because I know that my power is a lot better than theirs on traction, but the DRS is going to help them massively. So as you can see here, Hamilton comes flying through with the DRS here, but I'm going to brake nice and late down the inside into the hairpin here, and I'm going to fend off from Hamilton. Vettel's so close to touching Hamilton then. That was really tight from Vettel. Really nearly got collided with Lewis Hamilton. On to lap 24 of the Grand Prix now, so a lap later, you can see how much I'm starting to struggle in this car. So as you can see, Lewis Hamilton here looking to try and get past as we close towards the hairpin here, braking nice and late. We don't have to worry about Lewis Hamilton just yet. So we are okay on that front, but we are definitely have to defend here. You can see how quickly I move out to the slipstream of the drivers because my traction is better than the others behind me, but it's the DRS is the problem. So I decided that I thought I was further enough away to defend. But Hamilton and Vettel here with DRS. I'm going to brake a little bit, switch back on the pair of them here, down the inside into the hairpin we go. We fend off Lewis Hamilton, jumping in wide, but Vettel's still there alongside me on the left-hand side. We're going to brake nice and late down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. A fabulous bit of maneuver there. A great bit of defensive play. We just managed to get that one sorted. We managed to do a double switchback, really, on the two drivers. I brake nice and early and let those two brake late as they battle each other, and then I did a switchback. A fabulous bit of defensive play from myself there. But the battle is not over. Vettel is now next on my hit, or is behind me now. Lewis Hamilton, of course, was the person behind me, but Vettel has now managed to get in front of Hamilton. And once again, I'm going to do the same thing because, again, my traction is better. But this time, you can see I'm kind of moving on the track grid. I shouldn't really be doing that, but I've given Vettel a position to overtake in. And as you can see, down the inside here, we're going to defend from Sebastian Vettel once more with Lewis Hamilton there right behind. Rosberg is closing up on the back of us three, thanks to us constantly scrapping all the way. But we are quite far ahead, so we don't need to worry about that. Vettel there, just trying to stay in front. On to lap 26 of the Grand Prix now, and it's again more problems for me, and it's in the exact same it's the exact same place. I mean, the problem is my traction and my pace in the straights is completely wiped out because of their DRS that they've got on the pit straight and on this back straight, which means I have barely anywhere to try and actually get away from these drivers. So I'm literally in full-on defensive mode right now. So as you can see, I pull right over to the inside line here, literally giving no space on the inside at all here. So Vettel has to think a little bit differently here. Can he make this move stick this time? But again, I'm going to pull over to the racing line here and get the move stuck. But Vettel just get quite close there. I nearly outbroke myself. Vettel did have a little look to see if he could get past, but there's just no room there, unfortunately, for Sebastian, and he's going to have to wait a little bit longer here. On to lap 27 of the Grand Prix now, and again, we're in the same situation, same problems, same defensive maneuvers. It's time for a rinse and repeat. So as you can see, Vettel here, braking nice and late into the hairpin. Vettel is just a little bit too far back, with Hamilton still waiting in the wings. So Hamilton is definitely not backing down from this, and Rosberg is getting close here in this Grand Prix. A Ferrari-Mercedes duel right now in this race. As you can see here, dicking right nice and tight into that inside line. Vettel, though, has got some good DRS, good slipstream, and he has come flying through, but of course we're not going to give up this fight just that easily. Down the inside of Sebastian Vettel, we make it stick, but Hamilton here actually sneaks it in on Vettel. Very, very clever move there from Lewis Hamilton. He snuck it through on Vettel. It's caught Vettel completely unawares here. Onto lap 28 of the Grand Prix, the final lap. Vettel actually got back past Hamilton on the pitch straight with the use of the DRS for Sebastian, and now he wants to snatch this win away from me. He knows that the Drivers' Championship, I pretty much all but confirmed it now, but Vettel just wants to steal that little bit of glory for himself, as it's been a disappointing season for Sebastian Vettel compared to myself here. But down the pit straight we go, the back straight, sorry, we go. Vettel is there alongside me, but into the hairpin we go. Nice and clean there, and also, oh, Hamilton's made contact with Vettel there. That was a little bit cheeky from Hamilton. Hamilton tried to do the same thing that he did on the previous lap to Vettel, but he outbroke himself. Made contact there with the side of Vettel, but it's okay. But as you can see here on the last lap, we've got two Renaults in front of us battling really hard. Palmer, no, oh my God, that was so close to the back of Jolie and Palmer there, literally giving us no space there as we're trying to get through, but he has actually blocked Vettel and Hamilton, which is nice, so thanks Palmer for that, although you nearly made me lose my front wing. Kevin Magnussen is next to negotiate him again. I'm having to try and swoop my way past him, and Magnussen tried to get out of the way of Sebastian Vettel, but as you can see, round the final corner we go. We're going to light up the timing screens, open up that DRS, and that is it for the USA Grand Prix. It is the Drivers' Championship for Ferrari and for myself. That's the first time since Kimi Räikkönen did it in 2007. We have won the Drivers' Championship. Let's get on with those donuts and let's get this Ferrari car lit up here. And as you can see, we have done what we set out to do for Ferrari, which was win the Drivers' Championship, and we've done that in fine style here in the USA. What a race that was, especially at the end of the Grand Prix. A stunning bit of play there. But anyway, into the terms of the overall race review, as I love to do. On the super soft tyres, it was a very, very even stint, but I was definitely quicker and I definitely managed to hold my own in the first stint. Although, compared to the previous few races, it was a lot harder to get a gap on the super soft tyres. It was stuck at about 0.6 of a second, but we did manage to keep the gap, and that was all that we could have asked for. On the second set of soft tyres, it was really a bit of a waiting game. The middle stint really wasn't, the middle stint was the waiting game for what happened in the final stint. Because on the middle stint, I was on the soft tyres, my competitors were on super soft tyres, then they pitted for another set of super soft tyres, and then of course when it came to all of us pitting on the soft tyres, we were much, much closer in battle, and we had a very, very awesome battle at the end there. I really did enjoy that battle with Lewis Hamilton and with Sebastian Vettel. Very, very fun there. But that's going to be it then for the USA Grand Prix. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed already. But that's going to be it in terms of the championship itself. We've got 3 races to go, and they're going to be a bit of fun for us. So I think what we're going to do for the final 3 races is we're probably going to start from the back of the field, do some last to first challenges, see how far we can get. And just have some fun, really, because we don't need to challenge. We don't need to fight anymore. There you go. The championship as it stands there. I'm over at 100 points clear. I think it's 104 points now, the gap between me and Hamilton. 75 points are on offer in the final 3 races, which obviously confirms that I am the champion for this season. And in the constructor standings, Ferrari are in front of Mercedes by quite some distance. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. But there is one more thing that does happen in this video, and it's at the end, and I'll show you that obviously. But if you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to click that like button, subscribe if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, and don't forget to click that bell button so you guys get notified whenever I upload a video. And also don't forget to vote in the poll for what you want me to do for the next season of my career mode. But we've got a bit of a contract event here, and I thought, hang on a minute, are they signing me for a new team? Or is this the contract event? Could I not have to do this poll? Is this like, this is a waste? No, it's actually a contract promotion. Ferrari actually have gone and promoted me to the first driver, or the #1 driver for the last 3 races. So Ferrari, they're being a bit kind, obviously with my championship winning season, but there we go, guys. Let me know what you want me to do in the future for the career modes. Until then, guys, I will see you for the Mexican Grand Prix. Take care all. Peace.